Dr. Mabila Mathebula, which movie from those that you mentioned you watched?
Well, he never mentioned something that I watched, like The Godfather. I thought you actually talk about The Godfather.
Damn!
Oh, here's another one, Scarface.
Yeah, Dr. Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't you mention that?
But the first movie that I watched was Dingaka.
Dingaka, did you hear that?
Dingaka, where you had Bom Shefane and
Yes.
Bostumo, and they were there.
Yeah.
And then I remember, after I watched it, I was still at school, primary school, and someone died there. And then when I went home, I asked my father if, his death would be captured in the newspaper the following day.
Well, that's an appropriate question.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. Dr. Mabila Mathebula, you talk about The Godfather. I read the book and first before I watched the movie. And I know they didn't do justice on the movie, right? But they tried. But I don't know if you read the book, but if you read the book, I'm telling you, that book, well written.
I just have to say you are a real what's this movie fan. Once you've read the book.
No. I read the book before I even know
about the movie. No, that's what I'm saying. You are a real fan of that brand. There's people who's actually read 50 Shades of Grey before they watch the movie.
Oh, okay.
You are the type that read The Godfather before watching The Godfather.
Yeah.
It's like me. I first watched the original Dragon Ball before the movie Evolution, and I was very disappointed. I actually wanted to call what's his name? I just know, is it Nakarama? But I just know he knows me. The guy of Dragon Ball Z, the guy made it.
So that's how disappointed you. So
Yeah.
Dr.
And
Mabila,
Mr. Sen, I think I watched the Titanic in Sydney in Australia. But I think we'll talk about that at the closer range.
Okay, let's talk about it at the closer range. So you will be here, and then we'll talk about it. Did you hear that? Did you understand what he said?
Because now we get to ask him how was it watching the Titanic that side.
Do you think he cried?
No, Dr. Mathebula don't cry.
I think the question is who took me to the movies?
And okay.
That's why we'll have to discuss it.
And I think now since we know that there's someone who took him to the movie, the next question is, did they cry?
Dr. Mabila Mathebula, thank you so very much for coming through this afternoon. We are Ilogoficio Hippopoconoras. We are having a gargantuan day and a stupendous day right here at VMC Planet Radio with Dr. Mabila Mathebula, Vision, and myself. Ndifimboneni Stan Mrauzi wa Chirata Mchongo, ndiwa chimbufe cha mpaka zila cha mkwaya na msuku ndararina, varauzi rara taba zashu ni madamu wa vasizana, Dr. Mathebula.
Yo, yeah. I think I love to be assimilated and be a Muraud as well.
But do you know what it means to be a Magandis? You are a hella dope.
Too fresh.
Mabila Mathebula, today we're talking about something that might be of interest to other people, that might be, I don't know, very emotional for other people, but that is the act or an instance of taking one's own life voluntarily or intentionally, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. And it is called suicide, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. Now, the issue that we're talking about today, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, first, before we even get to what you want to talk about, now, when you hear that somebody actually committed suicide, what is the first thing that springs into your mind?
Me?
Yes.
Well, my first reaction always is that I believe that when one is born, it's like you are given a cross to bear. And then you need to bear that cross until the end. And then when one commits suicide, in my view, is that you didn't actually bear your cross until the end. In life, you're going to have, challenges. Challenges are there, and then you need to bear your cross until the end. To me, it's like cowardice. You couldn't actually complete the journey. And then each and every one of us has got a cross to bear, and then we need to bear it until the end.
So, biblically, what do you equate suicide to, Dr. Mabila Mathebula?
Well, like the story of Job in the Bible, when he was sick and when he had lost everything, his wife said, curse your God and die. And then normally we condemn that woman. But in our own corners, when we're actually frustrated about life, we go into our own dark corners and curse God. The same applies to the question of suicide. All of us throughout, like when we journey through the process of life, at some stage, when you are frustrated, there was a time where you contemplated that, what, I feel like taking my life, away. Now suicide is like that. Each and every one of us who have got suicidal thoughts, but we don't really entertain them. But in one way or the other, one had or will still have suicidal thoughts. Those things are there because we're human.
Yeah, and very interesting, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. And last week we actually spoke about the difference between external power and authentic power, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. And I like the fact that what you say now actually talks to the depletion of external power, or that the imbalances that it actually create, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, where one find themselves having lost all sense of reasoning, and then decide that the only thing that they can be able to do is actually to end it all. But perhaps the question is, does ending it all solve the problem, Dr. Mabila Mathebula?
Yeah, as I said to you, it doesn't, because each and every person has got his or her own cross to bear. And that cross, you can't actually bear it for another person. For example, if your child is disabled, there's nothing that you can do about it, and then your child has to bear that cross. And normally, as parents, we try by all means to bear our children's cross. And that's where we fail, because each and every person has to bear his or her own cross.
So, and then, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, you're saying that when a person contemplates to commit suicide, that person is in a state where he or she is actually helpless, or is actually very weak to be able to deal with the challenges that are related into his life. Now,
yeah, people are overwhelmed. They reach a stage whereby, they don't know what to do. They've reached a stage whereby they've exhausted, each and every avenue, and there's no breakthrough, And then, as such, they actually ask themselves a question: why am I living? Why am I here? Why am I here on earth? What's my purpose in life? And they end up taking their lives.
And these challenges are actually beyond their control. Now, what are the examples of those challenges, Dr. Mabila Mathebula?
Yeah, people come across different challenges in their lives. And then maybe what vision perceives as a challenge, it may not be a challenge for you. But people encounter different challenges in their lives. And then you ask me, what are those challenges? For example, you apply for jobs, but did not receive any acknowledgement, and no interview opportunities are available for you. You have been applying for the past 10 years, and there's no breakthrough. And maybe you are qualified, you have got qualifications, you could be a medical doctor, or you could be a teacher, or a nurse, or what, but there's no breakthrough. And you have been trying everything, but there's no breakthrough. That could be one of the challenges. And then maybe you had a partner who was a breadwinner and was killed in a car accident, or was hijacked. Or you had, your child who was actually involved in a car accident, or your child died, something like that. Now it's a tragedy. And then also you have a disabled child who cannot take care of himself or herself. There's nothing that you can actually do. This person is disabled. Or you have got children who go to sleep hungry because you don't have any means to feed. You're a parent, you're a woman, you have got 7 children, without any father, and then you see your children going to bed hungry, and it's a challenge. It could be a challenge for you, or you are able to conceive, but at the end, you end up with a miscarriage. At the end of the pregnancy cycle, maybe up to 10 or 12 pregnancies, you conceive, but at the end of the day, you end up with the stillbirth. Or maybe your child is a juvenile delinquent who is in and out of prison, and then he's not rehabilitable. You have tried everything, you have spoken to this person, you have tried everything, but there's no breakthrough. Or your partner is an inveterate cheater. Your partner cheats on you. Or when one has failed a school grade, for example, learners, when they've actually failed and their colleagues have been promoted to the next class, it's a pressure to them, and they may end up, committing suicide. Or when one suffers much embarrassment in public, such as bullying. I think we know the incident in Venda where that girl was humiliated in front of her colleagues and she ended up committing suicide.
Last year.
Last year. Or you are, an embarrassment. Like, for example, I still remember when the permanent wave was introduced. Vision permanent wave. Teachers, particularly female teachers, would be very jealous or envious of the female students, and should actually take a pair of scissors and cut that permanent way. And most of the girls committed suicide because of that. Or when you are heavily indebted, you have got lots of debt, or breaking up with a person whom you love with the depth of devotion. Those are examples of challenges that have led a lot of people to commit suicide. You could add others, but these are the challenges that I've actually sampled in the morning, of people who have actually committed suicide in the past.
Which is actually very sad, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, and we all go through distress as people. But how do we get out of the distressed situation? And you also used a very interesting word. I just want Vision to remember the word before you leave, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. It's inveterate. Vision, that is the word. We are going to talk about that word with Dr. Mabila Mathebula. But now, how do we get out of distressed situation, Dr. Mathebula?
Okay, firstly, I think you need to actually understand that all of us who have got challenges, as I've said, we have got all our cross to bear. I think the first thing that you need to do, it is important to ventilate. Talk about your situation to someone whom you trust. You talk about how you feel about the situation and the situation. Now, in the process, you'll be healing, as opposed to hiding what you are going through, because a hidden wound cannot be healed. And more often than not, what we do, particularly as men, we have got hidden wounds. When we feel hurt, we don't discuss that, and it becomes a hidden wound, and it cannot be healed. And you end up, hearing people say Dr. Mathebula committed suicide. But why? Because he was talking to us every day. But why? Because I had a hidden wound that I never disclosed to anyone, and it could not be healed. And also talk about your fears. If, for example, you have got fears, talk about. For example, I'm starting a business, and then I don't know whether I'll make it. I'm starting this investment. I don't know what would actually happen. Talk about those fears as well. And also think about the positive part of your life. Like, for example, think about fun, think about nature, think about love, people who love you, people who are nearest and dearest to you. Think about, the moment you spend at the Kruger National Park, watching animals and enjoying nature. That would actually bring something positive, some positive energy in you. And also craft a personal mission of what you want to accomplish during your lifetime. Most of the people, they talk about a mission, organizational wise. I work for PRASA, and this is a mission for PRASA. But what is your personal mission? What is it that you want to achieve? What is your purpose in life? And then after that purpose in life, what is it that you want to accomplish? And once you have got that, it would actually engage you and say, you have to do something. And also identify people with positive energy and avoid toxic people. Identify people such as vision, who can make you laugh, who can make you think, and avoid people who are toxic, because toxic people will actually bring about negative energy. And then also you need to learn, how to pray and pour out your heart to God. You need to pray and talk to God as though you are talking to the person next to you. And also learn how to meditate. You need to be quiet, and meditate. And also create your own motto or daily mantra, such as, like, this is my mantra: if this world is like hell, I'm prepared to serve my sentence. Now, in other words, I'm not going to run away because I'm experiencing problems. I'm going to face those problems head on.
If this world is like hell, I am prepared to serve my sentence, which is actually very profound, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, because at times people don't think like that. They don't think that problems that they're actually having, they can be able to be solved. You also talk about engage with people who have positive energy, and I see it playing a role, especially people with positive energy will also do what you actually said. They will want you to remember all the things that are nice about life and create jokes and talk to you in a manner in which you feel you are an equal and a very important person of the society that they're actually living, and make them feel that they're actually not alone. Because I think last week we also speak about an issue where somebody feel like they don't have anybody to talk to. Everybody in this world has deserted them and abandoned them to a point where if they end it all for them, it becomes perhaps a solution. And you already mentioned that it is actually not a solution. And I like the quote, and I would like to quote Dr. Mabila Mathebula to say, if this world is like a hell, I am prepared to serve my sentence. And I hope we can all learn from there. It is VMC Planet Radio. We are on the World Wide Web. It is made with Dr. Mabila Mathebula, Mr. Stan, and Vision. The number is 0624508619. Dr. Mabila Mathebula, I just see now two WhatsApp. Okay, another one is coming, but let me first go to the first one. It says, first of all, thank you so very much for your very informative topic and discussion. I like the fact that it answers one of the questions that I actually always have in my mind, and that is, what will be the solution? Is it to commit suicide, or is it to soldier on? That is the first comment that we actually have, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. And somebody says, I am actually not aware or know whether I am stressed, but there are times where I just feel lonely, sort of melancholy, without knowing why I'm feeling like that.
Yeah. As I said, all of us, we go through mountains and valleys. It's going to happen, because we are in this life for that. For example, when I feel like that, normally I actually pick up a telephone and I call you, Stan, and we discuss that thing for hours. You are my soulmate.
Thanks so much for that.
From there, I get healing from talking to you. Now you need to identify a soulmate. When you go through those moments, it could be at work, it could be at home, it could be where, anywhere, you need to have a soulmate, a person that you can talk to.
Now, somebody says, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, my issue is that at one point in my life, I lost my pregnant wife, and I thought there was nothing else for me.
Yeah, well, it's actually understood. When you lose someone, particularly when you lose a partner, a part of you will actually die, But it doesn't mean that you need to die completely. A part of you will die. It's like when you lose a son or a wife or a partner, a part of you will die with that partner of yours. It's not something that you can actually easily forget, but you need to soldier on. That's part and parcel of the cross that one has to bear. And then you need to move forward and bear your own cross. You need to feel that pain, and then no one can take that pain for you. But what we can actually do, we can actually encourage you to soldier on, as you rightfully said.
Okay, the last one says, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, why is the road to healing so long?
Yeah, the road to success is always under construction. You'll never arrive. The road to healing is the road to it's like as I said, it's like a road to success. It's always under construction. You'll never arrive. As long as you are still on this earth, you'll be broken, you'll be sad, you'll be hurt, and that's part and parcel of the journey. As I said to you, that I feel my view about life is that, some people talk about hell, but I feel that hell is where we are, and then somehow we're actually saving our sentence.
Yeah, which is a very good thing, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. You see, last week we did mention that he is in his brand new mobile studio, right? Yeah. So unfortunately, the window was open. Did you see somebody was waving to him?
He didn't realize. He's not looking around all the sides.
Yeah.
Then I'm in main lane. I'm in Centurion. I'm in main lane. I'm in Pretoria.
Today,
I'm talking to you from Pretoria.
Okay, but we like the fact that at least when you are in your mobile studio, the conversation. This is flawless. Eh?
No mistakes on it. Always flowing.
Yeah.
The sound. He added something. He doesn't tell us he added sound barriers.
No, he did not tell us that. So today, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, we don't have. Although I will want us to mention it, we don't have the vocabulary cabinet, but we've got a quotable quote. What is in our quotable quote, Vision? Because Dr. Mathebula says he is teaching you to be able to read publicly.
But I rap publicly.
No, read, not rap.
Yeah, but that should count.
No, it should not count. It's different.
It's still words.
Okay.
It's my turn now.
Yeah, it is your turn.
You just said okay. I thought you agreed to okay.
No. Yeah.
If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am not for others, who am I for? If not now, then when? Yo.
Yeah, you see. But I wanted you to read that right.
Well, no, if I'm not for others, who will be for me?
Yeah.
If I am not, if I'm not for myself, sorry, restate. If I'm not for myself, who will be for me? If I'm not for others, who am I for? If I'm not for now, then when?
If not now, then when? Okay.
Oh, I wonder where 4 is coming from.
I also wonder, Vision. So, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, your quotable quote today is by Rabbi Hetschel. It says, if I'm not for myself, who will be for me? And if I'm not for others, who am I for? And if not now, then when?
Yeah, it's the Rabbi Hetschel. Yeah.
So it's Rabbi or it's Rabbi Hetschel, Dr. Mabila Mathebula.
Yeah, Rabbi Hetschel. It's a rabbi. Yeah.
So I'm a very good listener these days, Dr. Mathebula. You use the word inveterate, right? Now, and then I said, Vision, we have to talk about this word. If somebody says you are an inveterate liar, or you are an inveterate cheater, or you are an inveterate, I'm giving you that to give you context, right?
Yes.
And if somebody says you are an inveterate rapper,
Well,
well, inveterate has got a negative connotation.
Exactly, that's the first thing I thought of.
An inveterate liar or inveterate vision.
It means you can also use another word because it's also negative, right?
Yeah, inveterate humanizer. Yeah.
Yes. But I wanted to say something when I used the inveterate rapper. You might be a whack one. and you don't want to stop.
Okay.
You are sort of somebody that is incorrigible. Do you know what is incorrigible?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening to Vision today. He's so quiet.
You're both surprising me today. I'm still looking at the invertebrate word, and then he uses another one.
Incorrigible.
Incorrigible. Okay, here we go.
Dr. Mabila Mathebula, we just schooled this young man. Thank you so very much, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. About till we speak again on the radio next week, Saturday, and we are still going to continue the conversation. Yes.
Yeah, I can't be reformed in rap.
We are going to continue next week, and then, in other words, what is the responsibility of our society to prevent suicide? That will be tomorrow.
What is
our responsibility as society to prevent suicide?
What is our responsibility as society to prevent suicide? So we're going to talk about that next week. Don't forget, we are VMC Planet Radio. We are on the web, World Wide Web. We are www.vmcplanetradio.co.za. We are a Logoficio Ipopo Knoras. We're having stupendous and gargantuan day right at VMC Planet Radio with Dr. Mabila Mathebula. The show is called Second to None. There's no other than this.